Hello and welcome to Aberdeen, South Dakota, the Class B state semifinals coming right up as the Viborg-Hurley Cougars take on the St. Mary's Cardinals. I'm Zach Spear alongside Gage, Ravellette. We're live on Classic Hits 1063. Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube as well as kvht.com. So if you're tuned in on the radio and you'd like to watch and listen live, head to Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube or search kvht.com. The number 2 and number 3 seeds will battle it out here. Winner advances to the state championship game tomorrow night. Loser of this game will play in the third place game, as we just watched the Castlewood-Wessington Springs game in which Castlewood won that one over Wessington Springs. So winner takes on Castlewood in the championship. I don't think a lot of surprise in seeing Castlewood in the championship game. Wessington Springs will be in the third place game. We'll see who gets to play who after tonight's game. A big thank you to SDPB for allowing us to broadcast this game. And we apologize for that delay. Just lost power here at the media table for a moment and had to run down the trail track. What happened? Our extension cord must have gotten kicked out. That's no problem, but again, that's why there was a little bit of dead air. Not that we weren't live, but we just lost a little bit of power, so our audio on our end was not going through. As I was saying, though, big thank you to South Dakota Public Broadcasting for allowing us to broadcast this game live. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit sdpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcast live on SDPB television. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. And another group I want to thank is our sponsors for Viborg-Hurley. Those sponsors include Wardlaw, Yankton Thrive, Merchant State Bank, Helena Ag Enterprises, Dakota Ace Hardware, Ackerman Heating and Cooling, Farmers Lumber Company, Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty, and Hometown Grocery. Again, the number 2 and number 3 seeds to take battle. It's between the Viborg-Hurley Cougars and the St. Mary's Cardinals. Gage, what are your thoughts on this matchup, and what should we expect to see in this one?
You know, first off, I just got to say, after watching that Castlewood team, watching the championship game tomorrow is going to be an absolute doozy. That Castle team is really good. They got a lot of good pieces on that team, and no matter which team from this game will meet them in the championship game, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be action-packed, and I cannot wait. Looking on to this matchup, I will say Viborg is 1 in the polls right now. St. Mary's is 3, which is kind of backwards to how they're seated in the tournament. St. Mary's is 2, and Viborg is 3, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I just seen. Anyhow, looking at the St. Mary's team, they have 2 players that are averaging over 20 points. I don't want to say they're a two-trick pony with 2 good players, but their offense mainly focuses around them 2 players. They have a third guy, Tremere Hansen, who averages 9.9, so he's almost in double digits himself. But look for Trevin Beckman and Maverick LeBrun to be the 2 main focal points of the St. Mary's offense.
Which is crazy to think you've got 2 players. They combine for 45 points per game every single night. It's something that they can rely on. And again, both teams, I mean, you get to the state semifinals, there is no gimme games anymore. this is going to come down to the wire more likely than not. We'll see if the Viborg-Hurley Cougars are up for the challenge. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more of our pregame coming up here on Classic Hits 106.3, Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube and kvht.com.
The Viborg-Hurley Cougars are guilty of not only being great athletes, but great young adults growing into a great asset for the community. That's why Gary Ward of the Ward Law Office is proud to support the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Young Viborg-Hurley students are the future of our community, and the future is bright. So from Ward Law Office in Viborg, good luck to Viborg-Hurley Cougar student athletes in the game and in life. Go Cougars!
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Pick or place your property with Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty. With licenses in Iowa and South Dakota, Janelle Pearson is the perfect choice to buy or sell your home. Rest assured, as you see the knowledge, hard work, passion, and care that goes into taking care of you. Give Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty a call today at 712-552-7102 to take care of all your home needs. Janelle Pearson is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
At Merchant State Bank, with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene, they offer big bank products with a small town service to meet your financial needs and promote economic stability and growth within the communities they call home. Visit them online at msvsd.com to learn more about the services they offer. Merchant State Bank is a proud sponsor of the athletic and academic activities in the communities they serve, hoping this season is a memorable one. From Merchant State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back on the floor in Aberdeen, South Dakota, we are at the Barnett Center of Northern State University. That's in Aberdeen. The Class B state tournament's all been here, and we've seen some really good games. We've seen more than just the Viborg-Hurley and Freeman Flyer games. As you know, it's just exciting to be around this atmosphere of basketball, but really this should be a great game. You could tell the intensity in that last game. The crowd is even more packed than yesterday. We parked even further away this time. I think we walked at least a half mile one way. And so that just tells you, and that was during the early stage game, and I bet there's going to be more people here. The later it gets, the more easy it is to get here, and on a Friday night. For the Viborg-Hurley Cougars, let's talk about their first game in which they were able to defeat the Freeman Flyers. They won that game with a score of 72-44. In that game, the Viborg-Hurley Cougars, Jake Austin had 8 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. Brady Schroedermeyer came up big, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal. Owen Niederbaumer also came up big, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, a block, and 2 steals. Nick Hansen, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. Rafe Gedderts had 3 points in that one, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. 3 points for Braden Morrison, as well as a rebound and a block. For Brenner Gertis in that one, he had 1 assist and 1 rebound. Nolan Koltoff, 8 points. He was a battery player off of the bench. 8 points, 7 rebounds. Led his entire team in rebounds with 3 offensive rebounds as well. 1 block and 1 steal. We also saw Brock Fredrickson, Lincoln Van Orzel get in at the end of the game. No stats for them. As well as Godwin Johnson, Noah Wardell, and Caden Thibodeau Lindemann. One thing I would like to see in this game, we didn't see a whole lot here from Nick Hansen in last night's game, and that's unusual. Nick Hansen, such a great player. He's an all-state level player here for the Viborg-Hurley Cougars, and he averages 19.5 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, and an assist for the big man, 1 per game, which is a little bit unusual. But on the flip side, we were talking, Gage, a couple of big names on the other side for St. Mary's, as just looking at this, 25 points per game for Trevin Beckman, and then Maverick LeBrun puts in 20 points per game and 11 rebounds. 11 rebounds per game. This guy has averaged a double-double throughout the entire regular season. Nick Hansen and Niederbaumer might have their hands full here tonight. We'll see how they perform. But, of course, Viborg-Hurley, they have a lot of those X-Factor type players. Maybe a player that's not going to get you 12 every single night, but has a capability of 15-plus every night. A couple of those players would include Jake Austin. Brady Schroedermeyer, we see he averages 11 points per game, so I'm not sure if I can even consider him an X-Factor necessarily because he normally does this on a regular level. Rafe Gedderts, we can see. The big man hit a 3 last night, and the Viborg-Hurley crowd was loving every second of it. He's not usually standing out beyond the perimeter, but he was able to get a good look. Braden Morrison, we've seen him hit lots of threes. He averages 9 points per game coming off the bench. So there's a ton of different X-Factors, and as you're showing me right now, he just circled on his paper. Braden Morrison shoots over 40% from the perimeter. If you can shoot over 40% from the three-point line, I like your chances against any team. And right now, Viborg-Hurley is going to need a good performance as they take on a very good St. Mary's Cardinals team. Cardinals come in, they've only lost once the entire year, 23-1 their record. And Viborg-Hurley, only 2 losses. They're now 22-2. They entered the tournament 21-2, with one of their losses being the first game of the regular season. You always kind of wonder if they're just working out the kinks, what truly went wrong. But, Gage, I think we're in for a good game here tonight. But, of course, we've said that for every game, but it is state tournament basketball. Every game has been good, and you can feel the crowd get into it.
Yeah, every corner you go around, you're going to find a good basketball player. We say every game is going to be a good one because that's what it is. And this matchup, both teams have a combined loss of 3 games. And, the Viborg-Hurley Cougars, as you said, avenged their loss yesterday against the Freeman Flyers. So, really, the Cougars and Cardinals combined only have 2 losses. The Cardinals' only loss is to a Rapid City Christian team who is really good. They're at their own state tournament right now, if I'm not mistaken. So, that's not a bad loss. That's a good loss to have on your record. And, I can't wait. We're right in front of the St. Mary's warming up right now, and just the shots that they are making is just like, geez, these guys can shoot the ball.
They're falling.
Yeah, Viborg, on the other hand, I've seen them make quite a few. And, man, I'm hoping this one's going to be as high scoring as I think it's going to be.
Now we'll say Rapid City Christian, a Class A team, so class above in their state semifinals. They'll start right around the same time this game starts as they take on the number 2 seeded Hamlin team, as that should be another good game as well. That'll be on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. We'll take one final break. When we return, we've got starting lineups, tip-off, and what's sure to be a great game coming up on Classic Hits 106.3, Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube, and KVHT.com.
Helena Agra Enterprises is one of the foremost agronomic solution providers in the U.S. with over 500 branch locations. Helena markets and sells inputs that improve agricultural productivity for greater customer returns. Helena's theme of people, products, knowledge reinforces the company's commitment to helping customers succeed through the knowledgeable and dedicated people, useful and unique products, and the latest proven technologies. Helena is a proud sponsor of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars.
Good luck, Viborg-Hurley Cougars. From Dakota Ace Hardware Viborg, cheering you on, Dakota Ace Hardware Viborg has been supporting the communities of Viborg-Hurley, Parker, Irene Wakanda, and Centerville since 1994 and offers everything from paint to plumbing and electrical and lawn and garden. Good luck to the Cougars from your locally owned Dakota Ace Hardware in Viborg. Go Cougars!
Trust Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning in Viborg for all your HVAC needs. Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning features Coleman Heating and Cooling Units. The Coleman name is a trusted icon in America, known for the rugged dependability and tremendous value. Coleman products stand the test of time. So if you need HVAC work, let the professionals at Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning handle the task from start to finish. Give them a call for whatever the South Dakota weather throws your way.
Building a team takes the right mix of quality materials and expertise. You can find the lumber and materials for your next project at Farmers Lumber Company in Viborg. Farmers Lumber Company knows that both area teams are built strong and are sure to be successful in tonight's game and beyond. So if you need lumber or hardware for your spring project, make sure to stop by Farmers Lumber Company in Viborg. From Farmers Lumber Company, good luck to both teams.
Back in the Barnett Center in Aberdeen, South Dakota, as the warm-ups are officially over. They'll announce the starting lineups here on the floor. For the Viborg-Hurley Cougars, they'll be wearing their all-black jersey and shorts trimmed out in orange with white lettering and numbers. And I do want to point out, Gage, something I told you. The VH on Viborg-Hurley looks awfully similar to an American rock band that we play a lot of on Class Kits. They have that Van Halen VH, and it's pretty sweet, to be honest with you. On the other side, for the St. Mary's Cardinals, wearing all white jersey and shorts, they'll be trimmed out in red, as that's their primary color. Time for your starting lineups. We'll start with the number 2 seeded 23-1 St. Mary's Cardinals. They come into this one coached by Colby Fitzgerald. Junior, 5'11", number 1, it's Tremere Hansen. A senior at 6'2", number 4, Trevin Beckman. Another senior, 6'2", number 5, it's Jake Kopsis. The final senior in their starting lineup, 6'6", number 10, Maverick LeBrun. And to round off the Cardinals lineup, it's junior at 6 feet tall, number 11, Lincoln LeBrun. For the Viborg-Hurley Cougars, they're going to run with the same starting lineup we saw in the quarterfinals and a lot of the season. Junior guard with 6 points per game, 2 rebounds, it's number 3, Jake Austin. 6'1" junior guard, 11 points per game. It's number 23, Brady Schroedermeyer. A senior forward, 6'6", 9.5 points per game, nearly 5 rebounds per game. Had a great game last night, 32, Owen Niederbaumer. The All-Stater senior forward at 6'7", 19.5 points per game with 8 rebounds per game. It's number 34, Nick Hansen. And to round off the Cougars lineup, senior forward, 6'3", 2 points per game, 2 rebounds per game. Number 55, it's Rafe Gedderts. Cougars are coached by Shane Warwick, who has got his team firing on all cylinders. Again, yesterday we showed their path through the playoffs, and the Cougars just trounced all of their opponents up to this point, including last night and a really good Freeman Flyers team who's going to be fighting tomorrow in the Consolation Championship. They won by nearly 30 points and did lead by 30 in that game. The Cougars could not have picked a better time to really start heating up, but this is arguably their toughest challenge yet here in the semifinals. The St. Mary Cardinals, who come in only 1 loss on the season, hungry for a berth into the state championship. The crowd making noise. We've got a full house. And there might be times where even though we've got headsets, we still might not even be able to hear each other. Either way, this game just about ready to get started. Meeting at center court, Nick Hansen will stand alongside Maverick LeBrun of the St. Mary Cardinals. Whistle blows. Official now meets up in the center court. Ball is put in the air. Nick Hansen wins the jump. This game officially underway with the Viborg-Hurley Cougars moving the basketball left to right, again in their black jersey in shorts. They'll get first shot on offense with Brady Schroedermeyer beyond the perimeter. He'll swing at Gedderts. Lots of ball movement early on here for the Cougars as they look for the first score of the game. Gedderts bounce pass down low. Nick Hansen, he scores the first of the game. We mentioned how we wanted to see Nick Hansen a lot in this game. Well, within the first 30 seconds, he puts 2 in. Cougars lead by 2. 30 seconds into the first quarter. Now the Cardinals, their first offensive set. Tremere Hansen finds a seam, steps it back, pump fakes it. Now out to Kopsis. Kopsis from the elbow knocks it down and ties this game up. Each team with 1 offensive set and 1 score apiece. Now Brady Schroedermeyer will bring it down for the Cougars. Niederbaumer with it, trying to back down the Cardinals. Instead gives it up to Gedderts. Now Schroedermeyer up top to Jake Austin. He'll reset up his team's offense. 15 to shoot on the shot clock. Niederbaumer finds Nick Hansen. Hands it off. Schroedermeyer nearly lost the basketball. Now only 8 to shoot. Cougars need to get something up. Jake Austin with it. Swings it up top. Nick Hansen fires the three. Left it short. Rebound, Trevin Beckman of the Cardinals. And now the Cardinals a chance for their first lead of the game. Beckman on the near side. Bounce pass in. LeBrun goes up strong. Can't get it. A fight for the rebound. Niederbaumer comes down with it. So both teams reflecting each other so far on their first offensive possession, each scoring, and then a defensive stop apiece after. Niederbaumer thought about stepping back the three, instead over to Gedderts. Gedderts now up top, Schroedermeyer. We're nearly 2 minutes into the first quarter. It's 2-2, all tied up, Cougars with possession. Jake Austin way beyond the three-point line. He's near what would be an NBA three. Dishes it out. Gedderts will fire the three. Leaves it way short. Out of bounds it goes. As we saw, Gedderts knock in a three last night, Gage, but couldn't get this one to fall.
You know, sometimes it's just luck of the draw type shot. Can't get all of them to fall if you're a big man.
And as you said, a big man not used to taking those threes. 5 on the shot clock. He said, well, hey, I got one last night. Why not go for another? Score remains tied at 2. Now the Cardinals with the basketball. Driving it, stopping it down low, and traveling is Trevin Beckman. So a turnover after the Beckman travel. Cougars take it back over. 1 score apiece on each side. No full court press that we've seen, as Schroedermeyer able to leisurely bring it down the floor. Niederbaumer nearly had it picked away, and now Trevin Beckman, he can shake his head all he wants, but he's getting called for a foul whether he likes it or not. That'll be Beckman's first personal, team's first. Cougars to inbound at 5:31 to play in the first. Still tied at 2 apiece. Rafe Gedderts with it. Swings it over Niederbaumer. Niederbaumer now down low to Nick Hansen. Hansen wants to work the baseline as last touched as it went out of bounds by St. Mary. So the Cougars to inbound again. Up top to Schroedermeyer. Now Nick Hansen with it. They've got plenty of time to shoot. 22 on the shot clock. Jake Austin between the legs. Bounce pass to Schroedermeyer. They try to get it into Nick Hansen. Fight for the basketball. Goes out of bounds. And a turnover by the Cougars offense. Right now, the defenses have absolutely locked in, not giving up anything. We have 4 total points, 2 points on each side of the scoreboard. St. Mary's to bring it down is Tremere Hansen. Hansen hands it off to Jake Kopsis. Kopsis works against Nolan Koltoff, who checked in for the Cougars. Now driving, trying to go up strong. He's fouled, is Maverick LeBrun. Nick Hansen's going to pick up his first personal. No, it's Niederbaumer. I had thought it was Nick Hansen, but it's Owen Niederbaumer picking up his first personal, first team. As we head to a media timeout in the first quarter, we're tied up at 2 apiece. When we return, free throws on the way for St. Mary's.
Get your grocery list and head to Hometown Grocery on Main Street in Viborg. Warm up with hot deals at Hometown Grocery, home of super savings, putting more purchase power into your food dollars. So pile up the pantry, load up the shelves. With hundreds of new items, you'll find everything on your grocery list if you can find room in your freezer. Visit Hometown Grocery on Facebook and check out the latest ad to save even more. Hometown Grocery is a proud sponsor of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Good luck, Cougars.
Back on the floor here. It's 2 apiece with 4.5 to go. Little over 4.5, I should say. St. Mary's at the free throw line after the Niederbaumer foul. It's Maverick LeBrun shooting the free throws, looking for his first points of the game, and so are most of the players on the floor. I mean, through 3 minutes and 4 seconds, 4 total points as LeBrun sinks the first and changes that. St. Mary's, their first lead of the night, as they find themselves on top now 3-2 early in this one. The second of 2 for LeBrun. Off the back iron, it stays a 1-point game.
You know, Zach, in the pregame, talking about how star-studded these teams are, I didn't expect it to only be 3-2 halfway through the first quarter.
No, we expected a high score as Nick Hansen drives it in the lane, gets his own rebound off the miss, loses it into Lincoln LeBrun's hands. But yeah, we expected lots of scoring, and right now 5 points nearly halfway through the first quarter of play. Tremere Hansen hands it off. Maverick LeBrun way beyond the three-point line, nearing the Wolves logo. Will hand it off to Trevin Beckman. He gets stopped by Schroedermeyer. Now down low, they try to work it. Maverick does end up with it after a fight for the basketball. 10 to shoot here for St. Mary's as Trevin Beckman lines up the triple. It's good. Trevin Beckman, no fear, pulls up for 3, knocks it in, 6-2. St. Mary's leads. This is the largest lead of the night as Koltoff, a driving layup, no good. Got a good look, just couldn't get it to fall. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Viborg-Hurley. Both teams pleading their cases greatly. But St. Mary's, the Cardinals will keep it as Walker Warwick, who checked in, will inbound it. St. Mary's again on offense, 3:50 to play in the first, 6-2. Pump fake and dish down low, got his man in the air. A great look, but somehow missing it was Kopsis. Kopsis gets the offensive board. Now a swing around the horn. Kopsis goes up, he's fouled on the shot. Right now it looks like St. Mary's offense falling into rhythm. Viborg-Hurley gonna need to find a way to stop them. Kopsis at the free throw line here. Second team foul against the Cougars. First personal against Nick Hansen. The first of 2 for Kopsis, bounces out. Off to the right it goes. Jacob Flemmer checks in. No, that's what happens when you look at the wrong roster. It's Brenner Gertis for the Cougars. Braden Morrison also in off the bench for Viborg-Hurley. Next free throw does fall. Extends the lead to 7-2. Is now in as Jackson Baumberger for St. Mary's. You'd like to see the Cougars get a nice set here. Slow it down. And get a good look as Braden Morrison, top of the arc, off to the right side. Trevin Beckman pulls in the rebound. St. Mary's yet again on the offensive side here. Beckman drives it baseline, somehow goes up and around, no good on the shot. I think that was tipped in by a Cougar. Either way, 2 points for the Cardinals makes it 9-2. St. Mary's on top, 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Braden Morrison will swing it to Schroedermeyer. Now up top, Nick Hansen. Koltoff with it. Cougars needing a bucket here. Nick Hansen swings it cross court. Schroedermeyer pump fakes a 3, tries driving it. His pass tipped and intercepted. Then a travel called on Tremere Hansen and Gage. Was I right? Was that tipped in by Viborg-Hurley on this end?
You know, I don't know who tipped it there. There was a lot of hands in the contact, but yeah, I think it was.
It looked like Brady Schroedermeyer almost was fighting for the rebound and knocked it in. Nick Hansen will inbound it as it's Viborg-Hurley basketball again. Braden Morrison thought about stepping back the 3, decided against it. He'll work against Baumberger. They go to Schroedermeyer, find some space in the lane, and one for Schroedermeyer. Schroedermeyer out-muscles the Cardinals. He's able to get the layup. He gets the foul and a chance for a 3-point play. The foul goes against Walker Warwick, his first personal, team second. So 2 fouls on each side here. Schroedermeyer at the free throw line. What a play as he does convert on the 3-pointer.
Yeah, this is momentum the Cougars need to get right back in this. Only the second bucket in the game so far. You have to think the Cougars got to start putting some points up.
And that's 5.5 minutes into the game, as you mentioned. 2 field goals made, now 1 free throw as well. But it's still only a 4-point difference. 9-5, the Cardinals lead. They've got the basketball. In the last couple minutes of the first quarter, a handoff here to Hansen. Tremere wants to drive it into the lane, steps it back, hands it off. Maverick LeBrun fires the three way off. Kolthoff the rebound. Now the Cougars, they can bring it to a one-possession game. They've got to feel good with, quite honestly, the game has not went in their favor to still be this close in it. Gertis. Now Kolthoff at the free throw line, nearly had it tipped away, but a foul on St. Mary's. That'll be their third team foul. Walker Warwick will pick up his second personal. Is on the floor, so no free throws. The floor for Viborg-Hurley now made up of Braden Morrison, Jake Austin, Owen Niederbaumer, Nolan Kolthoff, and Brenner Gertis. Inbound gets in. Niederbaumer shot swatted by LeBrun. Taken away, St. Mary's with the basketball. Tremere Hansen with it. Wants to drive it. Brings it back around. Trevin Beckman has now the Cardinals set up their offense. A three launched here. Way short there from Trevin Beckman. Was trying to draw the foul. Trying to plead his case to the official. 95 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 9-5, Viborg-Hurley trails. They've got the basketball, though, as they'll bring it down the floor. Jake Austin with it, crosses the timeline. Brings it across, picks up his dribble. Now to Nick Hansen, right back to Austin it goes. Braden Morrison, a couple steps beyond the three-point line, thought long and hard about it. Jake Austin, the pump fake. Over to Niederbaumer. Niederbaumer. Into the corner goes Morrison. Morrison down low. Nick Hansen got his defender in the air and sinks it. 9-7. The Cougars have cut that deficit from 7 down to 2 with a minute to play in the first quarter. St. Mary's on offense as it's been a 5-0 Cougars run. In the lane, losing the basketball. It's on the floor. Taken away. Rafe Gedderts with it. Jake Austin crosses the half-court line. A chance to tie or take the lead here for Viborg-Hurley late in the first quarter. Niederbaumer with it. Gives it up Morrison. Morrison to Gedderts. He'll dribble it up top, right back to Morrison. Has a fight for the basketball, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Nick Hansen of the Cougars. Coach Warwick wants the foul. They're letting them play here, Gage, today. I thought there's definitely been some contact on each side, though.
Yeah, well, even that first game we watched today, the Freeman against Aberdeen Christian, they let a lot of contact go early on in the game, but kind of towards the end in crunch time is kind of when they started calling fouls. I assume it's going to be somewhat similar in this one.
St. Mary's with it. 9 seconds to play in the first quarter. They lead 2. Into the corner. Three-pointer up. Tremere, no good. Fight for the rebound. Jake Austin ends up with it. He won't get a shot up in time as Owen Niederbaumer tries the putback dunk. Wouldn't have mattered anyways as time had come to a close. We wrap up our first quarter 9-7. St. Mary's leads Viborg-Hurley. We'll be back for the second quarter of play.
The Viborg-Hurley Cougars are guilty of not only being great athletes, but great young adults growing into a great asset for the community. That's why Gary Ward of the Ward Law Office is proud to support the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Young Viborg-Hurley students are the future of our community, and the future is bright. So from Ward Law Office in Viborg, good luck to Viborg-Hurley Cougar student athletes in the game and in life. Go Cougars!
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Thanks for joining us for Viborg-Hurley Cougar basketball here on Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube. Classic Hits 106.3 and KVHT.com right now in the state semifinals. Viborg-Hurley trails 9-7 to the St. Mary's Cardinals. Cardinals will start with the basketball and officially the second quarter underway. With it, Tremere Hansen. He's ran the offense frequently for St. Mary's. They get it down low. Maverick LeBrun has some space. Fader put too much on it. Brady Schroedermeyer dribbles it down the floor off the rebound. Viborg-Hurley a chance to get the first score in the second quarter. Schroedermeyer to Nick Hansen. Trying the post moves, backs it up, and they're going to call a travel. So the Cougars turn the basketball over. A travel on Nick Hansen as he was trying to work his magic in the post. St. Mary's with the basketball, no score, as it's been a low scoring game. Neither team even pacing for 36-plus points. Into the corner, Tremere Hansen gets stopped immediately by a double from the Cougars. Now Jake Kopsis swings it out, three-pointer. Lincoln LeBrun, no good. Schroedermeyer brings it in. We're a minute into the second quarter. Score remains 9-7, favoring St. Mary's. Schroedermeyer with it. Into the corner, right back to Schroedermeyer to Jake Austin. Niederbaumer dumps it down low, Hansen. Hansen to Jake Austin, pump fake the three. He'll dribble it back a few steps. Viborg-Hurley taking their time, trying to get a good look here. 6:35 now to play in the second quarter as Rafe Gedderts gets fouled. That'll be the first team foul against either side in the second quarter. It's against the Cardinals, and it goes against Trevin Beckman, his second personal. Cougars a fresh shot clock and inbound, and they'll take that fresh shot clock as we are nearing the 10-second mark. Still no score here in the second quarter from either side. Schroedermeyer bounce pass to Niederbaumer beyond the arc. Now Hansen screens for Schroedermeyer, tried taking it the other way, got cut off as he tried the baseline. Niederbaumer out to the Wolves logo. Hands it off Schroedermeyer, wanted to drive it out to Jake Austin. Corner, three is good! Jake Austin puts Viborg-Hurley back on top. 10-9 the score, 2 minutes into the second quarter. We've got 6 minutes to play in the first half. St. Mary's still looking for their first score in the second quarter. Now Viborg-Hurley on a run as they've scored the last 8 points. And answer three is a swish from Trevin Beckman. A no-doubter there. That one looked good all the way through. St. Mary's takes the lead right back. It's 12-10. They're on top. Scoring has started. Niederbaumer for back-to-back-to-back threes. No good. Maverick LeBrun of the Cardinals brought it down. Is now trying to drive it. Losing it was Beckman, and the Cougars ended up with it, and a foul called. The foul will be against St. Mary's. Their second team foul. And I'm trying to see who the foul was on. It's against Trevin Beckman again, his third personal. Beckman will stay in the game, though. Cougars with the basketball. 5:15 to play in the first half. They trail 2. Down low, they work it. Nick Hansen, quick turnaround jumper, good. Nick Hansen has got it rolling earlier in tonight's game. He's got 6 points. Timeout going to be called by head coach Colby Fitzgerald of the Cardinals. He wants a full timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll be back in a moment. And when we return, tied up at 12 apiece, just over 5 minutes to play in the Class B state semifinals. Pick or place your property with Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty. With licenses in Iowa and South Dakota, Janelle Pearson is the perfect choice to buy or sell your home. Rest assured, as you see the knowledge, hard work, passion, and care that goes into taking care of you. Give Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty a call today at 712-552-7102 to take care of all your home needs. Janelle Pearson is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast. Back on the floor, 5 minutes to play in the first half, 12 apiece. Gage, what have you seen in this one so far?
You know, it started out really slow on really a defensive game on both sides, but now the Cougars have kind of picked it up. Really, both teams in general, back-to-back threes, and now Hansen's finally kind of finding a groove that we thought we were going to see a lot sooner in the last game, but, you know, better late than never in the semifinals against a good team like St. Mary's.
And a trip to the state championship on the line. It's what these teams have fought for all year. And so much at stake here tonight. I shouldn't say all that surprising that it's been a defensive game so far. Usually the further in playoffs you get, the more defense you see getting played. It's just tough basketball. I don't know what the term for smash mouth would be in basketball, but we're seeing it here tonight.
Smash mouth basketball, I love it.
Tremere Hansen with it for the Cardinals. We're tied up, under 5 to play in the second quarter. Moving it towards the top of the key. Now Trevin Beckman. Beckman swings it across. Hansen crosses over, tries to step back instead. Will give it up. Maverick LeBrun in the lane. Goes up strong. It bounces around. No. Niederbaumer got the rebound, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Niederbaumer. As we had the timeout earlier, now we hit a media timeout on the floor. We'll take another 30-second break. We'll be back in a moment. 12-12 your score. The Cardinals and the Cougars tied in the Class B state semifinals. You're tuned in here on Classic Hits 106.3, KVHT.com, and Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube.
At Merchant State Bank, with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene, they offer big bank products with a small town service to meet your financial needs and promote economic stability and growth within the communities they call home. Visit them online at msvsd.com to learn more about the services they offer. Merchant State Bank is a proud sponsor of the athletic and academic activities in the communities they serve, hoping this season is a memorable one. From Merchant State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Buzzer sounds. That's the end of the media timeout here, as March, it's got to be best known for basketball, right, Gage?
Yeah, it is. I'm watching it. You're watching it. We're watching it here in the gym. We're surrounded by basketball this month.
Of course, we know a lot of college basketball going on, but this is high school here, and a championship game for one of these teams tomorrow night. As they've got the Billy Joel blast, and I think they've got to stop that before the inbound right as it does get in. Tremere Hansen with it. He'll back it way up, set an offense here for St. Mary's. Hansen got a screen, slipped by it, hands it off Trevin Beckman. Beckman playing with 3 fouls in the game, lost the basketball, picks it up though. Cougars defense not giving up any good looks right now for St. Mary's as Kopsis finds an opening to the lane and scores it. You know, that felt like an announcer's curse, not giving up any good looks, and then Kopsis wide open to the rack, scores it for 2.
You know, that happens to me all the time, Zach, especially last night against Viborg in the Freeman game. I swear every time I talk, the opposite would happen.
Niederbaumer missed a shot on the other side, rebounded St. Mary's as Tremere Hansen wanted the 3, no good, Hansen the rebound. The score remains low, 14-12. St. Mary's leads, 3.5 to play in the first half. Brady Schroedermeyer shakes off the defender over to Braden Morrison for the lead. The 3 is money. 15-14, Viborg-Hurley finds themselves on top. Trevin Beckman wants the answer, it's good. Ice cold there from St. Mary's. The lead right back to the Cardinals, 17-15. Cougars with it. Schroedermeyer over the back of his head, couldn't get it to go. Kolthoff an offensive board. Nick Hansen got his defender in the air. Maverick LeBrun got a hand on it. Under 3 minutes to play here in the first half. St. Mary's, the 2-point lead. Beckman wanted the 3. He didn't even set up. He was still moving in midair. Didn't get that one to fall, so Viborg-Hurley a chance to tie or take the lead. Schroedermeyer ties it up. A nice cut and a nice pass down low. And a score there for the Cougars. 17 apiece on each side. Kopsis has it for St. Mary's, now over to Tremere Hansen. Hansen thought about a couple of different 3 opportunities, decided against it. Kopsis, his shot, no good. Offensive rebound, Maverick LeBrun. He lost the basketball. Niederbaumer ended up with it. LeBrun has found himself down low. He's only got 1 point, though. He's been more on the glass than anything tonight. Cougars have to be happy with what they've held him to tonight. Niederbaumer steps it up to the 3-point line, then dumps it off Nick Hansen. Hansen wants to work it in the post. Maverick LeBrun, another rejection. Braden Morrison way downtown, a swish! Braden Morrison, are you kidding me?
He comes in the game and knocks 2 3-pointers down, not just 3-pointers, but huge 3-pointers for this Viborg-Hurley team.
Braden Morrison, about 10 feet beyond the arc, felt like, puts his team up 3. He's been the X factor so far. Whistle blows, foul called on Viborg-Hurley. Brady Schroedermeyer will pick up his first personal, as that's only the Cougars' first team here in the second quarter. Really no concern with the fouls, but we said Viborg-Hurley, their guys, their studs are going to get theirs. They need the X factors to step in. Braden Morrison has been that X factor. Cougars lead by 3. I think that's their biggest lead of the game. Is now driving it and fouled was Trevin Beckman. That was before the shot attempt, so it won't be an and one. Team foul number 2 on Viborg-Hurley. And the foul against Jake Austin, his first personal. Cardinals inbound it here. They need to get something in. They toss it up top. Cougars wanted a 5-second violation. With it, driving it, now dishing it out. The answer 3, no good. Jackson Baumberger got a good look, just couldn't get it to fall. 1 minute to play here in the second quarter. Cougars lead 20-17. They can extend on what is their largest lead of the night. Braden Morrison, you wonder if he's got another in him before the half is over. Jake Austin now to Nick Hansen, right back to Gertis. Gertis will sing it. Morrison, deep 3, off the back iron it goes. St. Mary's is so glad that didn't go in, as the ball gets knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Cougars. Nick Hansen goes to help up Trevin Beckman. Nearly fell on him, had to make sure, hey, I'm not trying to hurt you. As Niederbaumer checks in for Brenner Gertis. 20-17, the score remains. 36 to play in the half, 31 on the shot clock. St. Mary's with the basketball. If they hang on to it until the shot clock sounds, they could take the final shot here in the second quarter. Trevin Beckman inbounds it, gets it right back into the media table he goes. Beckman, no good on the 3. Maverick LeBrun, offensive rebound, puts it in for 2. And now a timeout. It's going to be called on the other side by St. Mary's. Coach Fitzgerald has used 2 timeouts. He's only got 3 left. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll leave it here. What a game we have, a 1-point difference, 26.5 to play in the first half, Gage. This has been exciting, but this is about as low scoring as you expect either of these teams to play, pacing about 40 points on each side.
Yeah, and it's really picked up since that first quarter. The end of the quarter was 7-5. Now it's 20-19, so things are kind of slowly picking up. But wow, yeah, each team is pacing under 50 points right now. What an outcome this has really been.
Again, a 1-point difference, 20-19, the Cougars lead St. Mary's. They've got the basketball and a chance for the final shot here in the first half. Inbounding will be Owen Niederbaumer with Brady Schroedermeyer to take it down the floor. Schroedermeyer will give it up Koltoff. Now Hansen back to Schroedermeyer. They want to move it down low. 9 seconds to shoot here. Schroedermeyer drives it. He'll kick it back out. Niederbaumer, the 3. It's good! Owen Niederbaumer gets his first score in the first half. The Cougars lead 4 at halftime, 23-19 your score, as Viborg-Hurley extends to what is now their largest lead of the night, but it's only a 2-possession game at the half. We've got so much to come here. 16 minutes to play. Who can end up on top and find themselves in the state championship game tomorrow night against Castlewood? We'll find out in a moment here on Classic Hits 106.3, Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube, and KVHT.com.
Helena Agra Enterprises is one of the foremost agronomic solution providers in the U.S. with over 500 branch locations. Helena markets and sells inputs that improve agricultural productivity for greater customer returns. Helena's theme of people, products, knowledge reinforces the company's commitment to helping customers succeed through the knowledgeable and dedicated people, useful and unique products, and the latest proven technologies. Helena is a proud sponsor of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars.
Good luck, Viborg-Hurley Cougars. From Dakota Ace Hardware Viborg. Cheering you on, Dakota Ace Hardware Viborg has been supporting the communities of Viborg-Hurley, Parker, Irene, Wakanda, and Centerville since 1994 and offers everything from paint to plumbing and electrical and lawn and garden. Good luck to the Cougars from your locally owned Dakota Ace Hardware in Viborg. Go Cougars!
Trust Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning in Viborg for all your HVAC needs. Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning features Coleman Heating and Cooling Units. The Coleman name is a trusted icon in America. Known for the rugged dependability and tremendous value, Coleman products stand the test of time. So if you need HVAC work, let the professionals at Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning handle the task from start to finish. Give them a call for whatever the South Dakota weather throws your way.
Building a team takes the right mix of quality materials and expertise. You can find the lumber and materials for your next project at Farmers Lumber Company in Viborg. Farmers Lumber Company knows that both area teams are built strong and are sure to be successful in tonight's game and beyond. So if you need lumber or hardware for your spring project, make sure to stop by Farmers Lumber Company in Viborg. From Farmers Lumber Company, good luck to both teams.
Get your grocery list and head to Hometown Grocery on Main Street in Viborg. Warm up with hot deals at Hometown Grocery, home of super savings, putting more purchase power into your food dollars. So pile up the pantry, load up the shelves. With hundreds of new items, you'll find everything on your grocery list if you can find room in your freezer. Visit Hometown Grocery on Facebook and check out the latest ad to save even more. Hometown Grocery is a proud sponsor of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Good luck, Cougars.
At the half, Viborg-Hurley leads 23-19 over the St. Mary's Cardinals. And what a game it's been so far. St. Mary's led for a good majority of that first half. Viborg-Hurley able to pull away with the lead entering the half, though. I'd like to take a moment to thank both our sponsors and South Dakota Public Broadcasting, as South Dakota Public Broadcasting has allowed us to broadcast this game and give you the hometown touch here for Viborg-Hurley. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit sdpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcast live on SDPB television. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. And our sponsors for Viborg-Hurley include Wardlaw, Yankton Thrive, Merchant State Bank, Helena Ag Enterprises, Dakota Ace Hardware, Ackerman Heating and Cooling, Farmers Lumber Company, Janelle Pearson Next Home Tri-State Realty, and Hometown Grocery. Again, your score 23-19. The Cougars currently lead St. Mary's as it's been a back and forth game. The largest lead belonged to St. Mary's when they were up 9-2, a 7-point difference, until it was an 8-0 run for the Cougars. They took the lead. St. Mary's took the lead right back, and it's just been exciting here tonight. Your halftime stats will start with St. Mary's. Tremere Hansen in this one with 1 rebound, 2 assists, and a steal. Trevin Beckman with 11 points, 5 rebounds. 5 points for Jake Kopsis along with 2 rebounds. Maverick LeBrun with 3 points, 3 rebounds, 3 blocks though, and 1 steal. Lincoln LeBrun, we've seen 1 rebound. Walker Warwick, no stats registered, and Jackson Bomberger with 1 rebound. And by the way, Gage, I was just letting know, actually, Walker Warwick, who I mentioned for St. Mary's, is the son of head coach Shane Warwick of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. So either way, someone of the Warwick family is headed to the state championship game tomorrow night.
You know, this game must mean a little bit of bragging rights on the table for the winner of this one.
And I bet you Coach Warwick was kind of hoping maybe he had a chance to see his son in the championship game. Either way, to see him in the state semifinals, that's pretty cool either way. Walker Warwick, a junior for the Cardinals. Now your stats here for the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Nolan Koltoff with 2 rebounds in this one. Brady Schroedermeyer with 5 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Owen Niederbaumer has 3 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist and a steal. Nick Hansen with 6 points, a couple of boards. Rafe Gedderts in this one, 1 assist, 1 steal. Braden Morrison, as we mentioned, the X factor so far, 2 for 4 shooting the 3. He's got 6 points, 1 assist. We've seen Brenner Gertis, he pulled in a rebound, and Jake Austin in this one with 3 points, 1 rebound. Jake Austin, a player, averages 6 points per game. It's doing just about exactly his averages as he gets 2 rebounds per game as well. Again, we're at the half, and it's 23-19. Viborg-Hurley currently leads the St. Mary's Cardinals as at center court right now, they will be honoring a scholarship. We are going to take our final break before the second half, but we will keep the camera here. You'll love to see a Duke sweatshirt along with a UNC sweatshirt. Gage, how do you feel about that, wearing your Wildcat sweatshirt?
You know, I'm a big Kentucky Wildcat fan, so I don't know if I'm not very enjoying it too much, but Kentucky did just win their game, so
well, you know,
I'm as happy as I can be.
I will say, I saw you cheering for UNC awfully hard against Ole Miss.
Well, I might have picked them in my bracket.
Of course, lots of basketball being played. We thank you for tuning in with us, as it's been quite the game. 23-19 your score. Neither team giving up at all, putting it all on the floor here tonight, as a trip to the state championship is what is on the line here tonight. Tomorrow night with the state championship, I can't imagine how many people are going to be in this crowd, as we're already this slam-packed, as you can see it on, if you're watching this live on our live stream, you can see there's not really any openings in the bleachers. It's getting loud at times. Both crowds for each side have really came out to support their teams. As now they are handing out these scholarships, announcing who won them. As I did just hear, someone from St. Mary's won one of the 2 scholarships, and it looks like it's Trevin Beckman. So Trevin Beckman at half court here, accepting his scholarship. I didn't hear the other name or school, but 2 players will get this scholarship and are being honored here tonight. Great to see, and as we're seeing right now, Trevin Beckman, a heck of a basketball player, already 11 points in the game. He leads both sides in scoring so far. As from Aberdeen, it's Christian Kidd. Or excuse me. I got a little mixed up. It's a student from Aberdeen, Christian. Let me correct that. Teams back both on the floor here. Warming up, we'll take a final halftime break. We'll be back for the second half of action. It's a 4-point game. Viborg-Hurley currently leads. We'll be back in just a moment.
The Viborg-Hurley Cougars are guilty of not only being great athletes, but great young adults growing into a great asset for the community. That's why Gary Ward of the Ward Law Office is proud to support the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Young Viborg-Hurley students are the future of our community, and the future is bright. So from Ward Law Office in Viborg, good luck to Viborg-Hurley Cougar student athletes in the game and in life. Go Cougars!
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Pick or place your property with Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty. With licenses in Iowa and South Dakota, Janelle Pearson is the perfect choice to buy or sell your home. Rest assured, as you see the knowledge, hard work, passion, and care that goes into taking care of you. Give Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty a call today at 712-552-7102 to take care of all your home needs. Janelle Pearson is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
At Merchant State Bank, with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene, they offer big bank products with a small-town service to meet your financial needs and promote economic stability and growth within the communities they call home. Visit them online at msvsd.com to learn more about the services they offer. Merchant State Bank is a proud sponsor of the athletic and academic activities in the communities they serve, hoping this season is a memorable one. From Merchant State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Helena Agra Enterprises is one of the foremost agronomic solution providers in the U.S. with over 500 branch locations. Helena markets and sells inputs that improve agricultural productivity for greater customer returns. Helena's theme of people, products, knowledge reinforces the company's commitment to helping customers succeed through the knowledgeable and dedicated people, useful and unique products, and the latest proven technologies. Helena is a proud sponsor of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars.
Back on the floor, buzzer will sound. That indicates the start here of the second half of basketball. Viborg-Hurley currently leading in this one, 23-19. We're pacing for a 46 to 38 point game, Gage. It doesn't get much lower scoring than that in a state semifinals game. Viborg-Hurley will start with the basketball here as they move it and look to extend work on this lead and punch their ticket into the state championship game. Of course, they made it to the state tournament last year. I was lucky enough to get to call their games last year as well, but this year just feels a little different. Rafe Geddert's down low, swings it. Niederbaumer wide open, corner three, put too much on it. Rafe Geddert's offensive board, gets it to fall in. Man, I tell you what, Niederbaumer put his hand up for three. He sold me on it.
Yeah, I thought it was all but in, too.
So that makes it 25-19, Viborg-Hurley on top, 7:20 to play in the third quarter. Plenty of basketball left as Maverick LeBrun goes up with it, no foul called, and now he'll be called with a foul. That'll be the first team foul in the third. And on Maverick LeBrun, it'll be his first personal. Viborg-Hurley back with the basketball and a 6-point lead. Schroedermeyer to Niederbaumer. Now to Gedderts, up to Schroedermeyer. Jake Austin has it on the far side. They're trying to set up something good on offense. Austin, corner, three. It's good! Jake Austin puts his team up 9. Viborg-Hurley's offense has come to life here early in the third quarter. A pump fake and an attempt at a drive for Trevin Beckman. Beckman had a cutter. Now he'll have it right back beyond the perimeter. Maverick LeBrun out to Trevin Beckman. He'll take the three, sidesteps it, no good. Viborg-Hurley brings it the other direction. A 3-on-1 as Schroedermeyer goes up against Maverick LeBrun. Doesn't matter, Nick Hansen offensive board and two more. Viborg-Hurley out of nowhere leads 11. It's 30-19, 6:15 to play. Foul called here on Viborg-Hurley. Wow, has Viborg-Hurley flipped a switch or what?
A lot of points, a lot of action, and we're not even 2 minutes into this third quarter.
30-19, that'll make the score. Viborg-Hurley currently on top of St. Mary's. Plenty of basketball left, over 14 minutes of game time. But right now, St. Mary's needs to get something working. Inbound gets in to Jake Kopsis. He'll give it out, Trevin Beckman. Beckman ditches it out. They swing across now, baseline, going down low. Kopsis, the wraparound. A nice layup, and that's exactly what the Cardinals needed. Viborg-Hurley brings it down the floor. They work it right to left as you watch and listen live. In their black jersey and shorts, St. Mary's in all whites. They swing out, Niederbomber, wide open corner three. This time he'll knock it in. Viborg-Hurley is scoring, and they're doing it in a hurry. Maverick LeBrun with it. He'll dish it out. Trevin, the answer, three! A swish! What a play! As the whistle blows, I'm not really sure why, but wow, what a play from Trevin Beckman to make sure Viborg-Hurley doesn't get too much momentum. He's up to 14 points in the game. Viborg-Hurley a 9-point lead, 5:15 to play in the third quarter. Niederbomber wants to drive it, nearly lost the basketball, able to hang on though. Viborg-Hurley still with the possession, 15 to shoot here. Getterts down low, Nick Hansen for double-digit points, gets it rejected by Maverick LeBrun. Offensive rebound, goes up again and scores it. Maverick LeBrun has got to be up to 5 or 6 blocks in tonight's game, but it doesn't matter as Nick Hansen now into double digits. Heckman unable to get it. Beckman tries the move to knock it off a Cougar. Ends up in St. Mary's hands. No good on the three there from Tremere Hansen. I try to catch my breath as thankfully the Cougars will move it down slowly. Niederbomber. His pass intercepted. Trevin Beckman launches it up ahead. Tremere Hansen. Hansen, the layup is good. Hansen gets his first score of the game, and the Cardinals would really like to see him get it going. The junior runs the offense consistently for the Cardinals along with Trevin Beckman. Ball stolen away. Tremere Hansen for another layup. The wraparound is good, but a travel is called. A travel on the layup. Otherwise, it would have been 2 more points as we've got a media timeout. 26-35. Cougars currently lead halfway through the third quarter when we return.
Good luck, Viborg-Hurley Cougars. From Dakota Ace Hardware Viborg, cheering you on, Dakota Ace Hardware Viborg has been supporting the communities of Viborg-Hurley, Parker, Irene Wakanda, and Centerville since 1994 and offers everything from paint to plumbing and electrical and lawn and garden. Good luck to the Cougars from your locally owned Dakota Ace Hardware in Viborg. Go Cougars!
Trust Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning in Viborg for all your HVAC needs. Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning features Coleman Heating and Cooling Units. The Coleman name is a trusted icon in America. Known for the rugged dependability and tremendous value, Coleman products stand the test of time. So if you need HVAC work, let the professionals at Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning handle the task from start to finish. Give them a call for whatever the South Dakota weather throws your way. As we return, 35-26, Viborg-Hurley leads the Cardinals, 4:04 to play here in the third quarter. With the basketball is the Cougars, a chance to extend that lead. They'll slowly bring it down the floor. Brady Schroedermeyer with it. A spin move beyond the arc. Now at the elbow finds Nick Hansen. Three-pointer, Braden Morrison for his third, can't get it. Rebound goes, Trevin Beckman. Beckman having a great game for his team as Maverick LeBrun goes up strong and finishes at the hoop. It's back down to a 7-point game. Feels like St. Mary's picking up a little momentum here. 3:30 to...
Basketball's a game of runs, and we kind of just seen a switch flip. The Cardinals kind of started their own little run.
35-28 here. Viborg-Hurley in the lead with the basketball. Nolan Koltoff gets it to Hansen down low, gets the short jumper. An answer from the Cougars to put themselves back up 9. Beckman with it. Mid-range jumper, gets it to go. 16 points already for Beckman in the game. Beckman, a senior, and St. Mary's going to miss him next year for sure. Schroedermeyer down low to Niederbomber. Niederbomber off the glass and in. Owen Niederbomber slowly creeping up the scoreboard. He's now put in 8 points. 39-30 your score. Viborg-Hurley leads St. Mary's. 2:40 to play in the third quarter. Still over 10 minutes to go in this one. Tremere Hansen wants to drive with it. Gets cut off on the baseline. Nearly a turnover. St. Mary's glad to keep it. Tremere Hansen drives it, kicks it out. What a dish. The open three. Left short. That would have been a highlight reel play had that shot gone in as Brady Schroedermeyer, he's fouled on the layup. The foul against St. Mary's. Are they calling a technical?
Yeah, I think the call is an intentional foul on the Cardinals. 2 free shots.
So Walker Warwick, that'll be his third foul in the game. Team foul number 2 in the third. Schroedermeyer sinks the first of 2. You know, it was an obvious foul. I'm certainly agree with that. I'm not sure about the 2 additional free throws here. Either way, Cougars happy to have it.
Yeah, I'd like to see our own little replay of it, but something we don't have to see how intentional that foul actually was.
So Schroedermeyer misses the second of 2, makes it 40-30, a two-digit lead here for the Cougars. So Cougars do get possession as well, as that's how the intentional foul works. That's why it's such a big call. Inbound gets into Brenner Gertis, now to Nick Hansen. Hansen out to Morrison. Morrison thought about the step back 3, instead gives it to Hansen, right back to Morrison. At the logo he stands. Kolthoff with it, bounce pass to Jake Austin, bounce pass to Morrison. Rebounded by Trevin Beckman as it was too much on it. Under 2 minutes to play in the third. Beckman, he now gets fouled. I think Jake Austin, the way he reacted, has to be called for foul. Jake Austin will pick up his third personal, team's second. Still 3 fouls, 1:50 to play in the third quarter. Not too big of a concern. So St. Mary's to inbound it here. They'd like to close out the third quarter and narrow this gap. Trevin Beckman with it. Tries driving, fouled on the shot, couldn't get it to go. He's got free throws coming up. Lots of fouling here in the last 30 seconds or so of play.
You know, it's almost been a theme of the day. Not a lot of fouls in the first half, but towards the second, that's kind of when all the contact starts to be dinged.
So if it's anything like the game we saw earlier, we're in for about 15 fouls in the fourth quarter. First free throw, no good for Trevin Beckman. Second of 2 on the way. That one is good. Morrison will dribble it down for Viborg-Hurley. Gives it up Brenner Gertis. Gertis now to Schroedermeyer. Swings out Morrison. His third triple of the night. Money on the jumper. Braden Morrison, 9 points. That's his season average. And he's been good from downtown. He is such a good shooter as Maverick LeBrun fouled on his shot attempt.
You know, Zach, with all the money, somebody better call a bank.
We haven't seen any big bank shots yet either.
No, we haven't, but Morrison has a lot of money in his pocket after them shots.
Morrison over a 40% shooter from the three-point line as LeBrun, he's got the first of 2 to fall. Morrison, I mean, we can't say enough how important he has been for his team in this game. Take away those 9 points, and it's a 2-point difference. Maverick LeBrun next also falls. He's up to 7 points. It's been a decent scoring second half, for him. Cougars with the basketball. Hansen takes a dribble at the free throw line, now driving it down low, fades, he's got it! Nick Hansen has sure looked like an all-stater here tonight. 14 points for him. His team's on top 12 with a minute to play in the third. Tremere Hansen over, Trevin Beckman, downtown! Beckman is not serious in this game. How is he hitting all these shots? 20 points for him. Braden Morrison has it. Cougars with it. Brady Schroedermeyer swings at Curtis. Now back to Morrison. He wants another. Can't get it. Fight for the rebound. Lincoln LeBrun nearly pulled it in. Beckman with it. Brings it down low. The layup. Again another. Trevin Beckman willing his team back into this game. Foul was called, and one, and a chance to make it a 6-point game. There's a reason he scores 25 points per game. He's going to probably have more than 25 tonight, and in impressive fashion. Foul called on Braden Morrison, his second personal, 5th team. That puts bonus for the Cardinals. Gage, I don't even know. He's fouled and the layup?
And the big three before that. You can't say anything bad about it.
You got to laugh and shake your head and say, what do you do? Viborg-Hurley is just hoping to not see him with the ball in his hands when the game's down the stretch. 45-39, Viborg-Hurley leads, 22 seconds here in the third quarter. St. Mary's crowd has gotten to their feet, and they are getting excited as their team, a little bit of momentum to end this third quarter. Viborg-Hurley looks to put an end to that as Niederbaumer trying to find Kolthoff, goes out of bounds, last touch, Viborg-Hurley. That's 7 seconds to play in the third. If I was a betting man, I'd probably place a bet on who's taking the final shot, Gage.
I think we all know the answer to that one, Zach.
We'll see as Brady Schroedermeyer has his chest against Beckman's chest. You can tell they don't want him taking the shot.
Nope, face guard for the last 7 seconds.
Beckman gets it. Crosses the half-court line, brings it across, swings it. 2 seconds, Tremere launches the three, no good. So we wrap up our third quarter. What an exciting game. 45-39, Cougars lead. Winner advances to the Class B state championship. We'll be back 8 minutes to go in this one on Classic Hits 106.3. Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube and kvht.com.
Building a team takes the right mix of quality materials and expertise. You can find the lumber and materials for your next project at Farmers Lumber Company in Viborg. Farmers Lumber Company knows that both area teams are built strong and are sure to be successful in tonight's game and beyond. So if you need lumber or hardware for your spring project, make sure to stop by Farmers Lumber Company in Viborg. From Farmers Lumber Company, good luck to both teams.
As we return to the floor, it's 45-39. The Cougars lead the St. Mary's Cardinals. We've got an absolute barn burner here, as this game could not get any better. It's tight, it's a close one, but the Cougars find themselves on top with 8 minutes to play. Again, winner will advance to the state championship tomorrow night as the Cougars look to punch their ticket. They want it to be them. Shane Warwick and the Cougars. They need 8 great minutes of play to do that. St. Mary's has not made it easy. Starting with the basketball, the Cardinals. Inbound gets in Tremere Hansen. Cardinals have a chance for the first score here in the fourth quarter. Maverick LeBrun swings it out. Now up top, Tremere Hansen wants to drive it, dishes it out. Corner three, up in the air. No good from Trevin Beckman. Haven't said that too much. Up ahead, Cougars move it quickly to Niederbaumer. They now want to set up their offense as Hansen has it at the elbow. Hands it off. Cougars with it, Brady Schroedermeyer. Beyond the arc, down low, and Niederbaumer caught it out of bounds. So no score from either side here. In the fourth quarter, that's about 40 seconds in. Tremere Hansen with it. Gives it up. Now Copsis on the near side corner three. Beckman swings it to Tremere Hansen. Now Maverick LeBrun. Tremere Hansen, open look, downtown, rims around and no. Rafe Gettert's the rebound, under 7 minutes to play in this one. Cougars lead 45-39. Jake Austin will give it up to Brady Schroedermeyer. Schroedermeyer, a screen from Hansen, drives it, has the ball knocked free, so he regained his dribble. Hansen now to Jake Austin. Gettert, back to Austin. They move it beyond the perimeter. Nick Hansen in the lane, turnaround, fader, it's good! Nick Hansen up to 16 in the game. He has been so good and a big part of the reason why Viborg-Hurley leads 47-39. Maverick LeBrun trying to go down low. Schroedermeyer ripped it from his hands, but a jump ball will be called before. Viborg-Hurley the basketball. Possession arrow to flip on the inbound. Clock will continue. Schroedermeyer brings it down for the Cougars. Nick Hansen gives it up, Jake Austin. Austin now to Brady Schroedermeyer, up top to Getters. Cougars look to get back on top by double digits. Up top, immediate three, Niederbaumer, it's good! Niederbaumer now with double-digit scoring. Puts his team up 11. That's the amount of points Niederbaumer has. Foul called on Viborg-Hurley. Their first team foul and the first foul in the fourth quarter, as it'll go against Owen Niederbaumer, his second personal. There's not really a single player in any foul trouble, or serious foul trouble, I should say. No player with three or over three fouls. 1 quarter to play, 5:46 in the fourth. St. Mary's with the inbound, they get it in, down low. Copsis goes up, can't get it. Niederbaumer comes down with the rebound after he played a great role in making that shot uncomfortable. Schroedermeyer drives, kicks it out. Three, Jake Austin, no. Nick Hansen fights for the rebound, ball hits the hardwood. St. Mary's ends up with it. They'll push it across the floor. Tremere Hansen lines up the corner three, it's in! And you can tell there is some St. Mary's fans right behind us. Every time a shot falls, well, we hear it pretty loud and clear. Driving the Cougars, stripped away. Tremere Hansen with it. It's an 8-point game. St. Mary's with the basketball. Trevin Beckman, another three, rims in and out. Fight for the rebound, ends up with Owen Niederbaumer. Under 5 minutes to play. Cougars lead 50-42, an 8-point lead. They just need 5 minutes to hang on to this lead. Jake Austin on the far side. Timeout will be called by head coach Shane Warwick of the Cougars. It's a 30-second timeout. We will take a 30-second break and be back here in just a moment.
Get your grocery list and head to Hometown Grocery on Main Street in Viborg. Warm up with hot deals at Hometown Grocery, home of super savings, putting more purchase power into your food dollars. So pile up the pantry, load up the shelves. With hundreds of new items, you'll find everything on your grocery list if you can find room in your freezer. Visit Hometown Grocery on Facebook and check out the latest ad to save even more. Hometown Grocery is a proud sponsor of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Good luck, Cougars.
Back on the floor, we have got 4:46 to play here in the fourth quarter of play and in the game in its entirety. Viborg-Hurley leads 50-42. They've got the basketball. They are getting closer and closer to a state championship appearance. Owen Niederbaumer to inbound it here. Down low, spin move, off the glass, and one, Nick Hansen. Nick Hansen puts his team up 10 and a chance to put him up 11. That's the first team foul on St. Mary's, and now another timeout called. That one called by Coach Fitzgerald of St. Mary's. A quick update in some AA boys basketball. In the state semifinals, Sioux Falls Lincoln, the heavy favorites, falls to the Mitchell Colonels. They have 2 total losses on the season, both to the Mitchell Colonels. I don't think they like Mitchell too much.
I think each team has a weakness, and, Lincoln's weakness is the Mitchell Colonels.
So in AA, the winner between Brandon Valley and Harrisburg will take on Sioux Falls, Lincoln, or Mitchell. Of course, here in tonight's game, the winner of this game will take on Castlewood in the championship, and loser will play in the 3rd place game to take on number 4 seeded Wessington Springs. And just to mention Gage, there's only been 1 upset in this tournament so far for Class B. Now this game, if Viborg-Hurley pulls off the win, will be technically an upset as the 3 seed over the 2 seed. Again, not really an upset, especially they're the number 1 ranked on the South Dakota Media Prep poll as the regular season came to a close. But Wall defeated Lyman, the 8 seed topping the 5 seed. That's the only upset so far. Viborg-Hurley trying to make it 2. Hansen no good on the 3-point play on the free throw. St. Mary's brings the ball down the floor. Trevin Beckman just throws it up, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound into the hands of St. Mary's. Maverick LeBrun with it. Whistle blows. Things are getting a little scrappy down low. Nolan Koltoff will pick up the foul, the 2nd team foul on the Cougars, and also Koltoff's 2nd personal. If you're not tuned in, you might want to watch the rest of this game here on Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube. Inbound to Maverick LeBrun, hands it off. Tremere Hansen, step back, bounces around and in. What a shot by the Cardinals. (52-44). Viborg-Hurley still with the lead. Owen Niederbaumer tries getting it down low. It's intercepted by Maverick LeBrun. Tremere swings it over to Lincoln LeBrun. Lincoln LeBrun thought about the 3. Now to Maverick LeBrun in the lane, an opening, and a bounce pass out as heading to the free throw line is Trevin Beckman. And I apologize, the timeout was not called by St. Mary's. As we said earlier, they've actually got 3 timeouts remaining. It was the media timeout here in the 4th quarter. Nolan Koltoff now picks up his 3rd personal, team's 3rd at the free throw line. Trevin Beckman for the Cardinals. Just when you thought Viborg-Hurley might pull away, St. Mary's right back into it. Trevin Beckman, the first free throw, bounces around and in. He's up to 24, 1 more, he's at his season average. That 3rd quarter, he really shined. He's been a little quieter here in the 4th quarter, and Viborg-Hurley thankful for that.
Every time he touches the ball, he is dangerous, and we've seen that throughout the whole game, but really that 3rd quarter.
He knocks in the free throw. He's now up to 25, leads all scorers, followed only really closely by Nick Hansen, who has 18 in tonight's game. Of course, the lead in the game is what's more important. 52-46, Cougars lead. Austin, the 3 to make it a 9-point lead, no good. St. Mary's the rebound and a push on Viborg-Hurley. That is the Cougars' 4th team foul. This could be dangerous for Viborg-Hurley. Any more fouls, that's bonus free throws. Brady Schroedermeyer will check back in for Viborg-Hurley in place of Braden Morrison. Inbound in here after the foul was called on Brenner Gertis of the Cougars. With it, Tremere Hansen swings it over. Jake Kopsis now in the lane. Lincoln had it. Trevin swings it out. Tremere. Corner 3 up. Off the back iron and it falls. Lincoln LeBrun makes it a 3-point game. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get better than this. 3 minutes to play, a 3-point difference. 52-49, Viborg-Hurley leads St. Mary's. A fight for the basketball. Jake Austin has it. Brenner Gertis tries getting it down low. And now a timeout, I believe, called. I'm not sure, we'll see. I do think it's a timeout called by Coach Warwick of the Cougars. A 30-second break when we return.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Back on the floor, 2:49 to play here in the game as it's getting exciting. 3 points the difference, 52-49. Viborg-Hurley with the lead and the basketball, but St. Mary's has willed their way right back into it. Right now, Viborg-Hurley needs a big play on the offensive side. A 2-possession lead sure feels a lot better. Schroedermeyer with it, swings it over. Niederbaumer, the three! In and out it goes. Nick Hansen, the offensive rebound. He swings it up top, Jake Austin. Now Schroedermeyer with it on the Wolves logo. He'll dump it off. A handoff here from Hansen to Niederbaumer. Niederbaumer to Austin. Lots of ball movement for the Cougars as Jake Austin loses it out of bounds. A little miscommunication between Jake Austin and Nolan Koltoff as it goes out of bounds. St. Mary's a chance to make it a 1-point game or even tie it up.
You know, just when we thought Viborg-Hurley had this game sealed off, the Cardinals came back from the dead.
A double-digit lead for the Cougars halfway through the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden it is a 3-point difference. Cardinals trail 3 with the basketball, just over 2 minutes to play. That pass intercepted. Jake Austin's got it. Austin trying to take it coast to coast. He's going to travel with it, though. Austin disagreeing with the call. Shane Warwick, head coach, did not like that he was arguing the call. He pulled him right over and told him, you knock that off right now. We do not need any kind of technical or anything. Get back, play defense. That's great coaching there. Shout out Shane Warwick. St. Mary's with the basketball. Again, a chance to bring it within 1 or tie it. Under 2 minutes to play. Maverick LeBrun swings it out. Trevin Beckman with it. He's guarded closely. Jake Austin. Now down low. Maverick LeBrun swings it out. Cross court it goes. Picked off by Niederbaumer, and he's fouled. Viborg-Hurley didn't want the foul call as Schroedermeyer was blazing down the court. Had a wide open layup. St. Mary's probably not too thrilled getting fouls in this game, but in this case, they loved that one. The foul goes against Tremere Hansen, his first personal, team second. Schroedermeyer gets it to Nick Hansen. Lots of collision as it goes out of bounds. Last touch, Viborg-Hurley. Gage, I can't even believe what I'm seeing. This has been an absolutely crazy game. Timeout called by St. Mary's, a full timeout. Back and forth, neither team scoring. We'll see when we return. 95 seconds to play here on Classic Hits 106.3, Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube.
Pick or place your property with Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty. With licenses in Iowa and South Dakota, Janelle Pearson is the perfect choice to buy or sell your home. Rest assured, as you see the knowledge, hard work, passion, and care that goes into taking care of you. Give Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty a call today at 712-552-7102 to take care of all your home needs. Janelle Pearson is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
95 seconds to play. Viborg-Hurley leads 52-49. This is a game you're going to want to watch. If you're listening right now, head to Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube. Just load up YouTube, search Fuller Digital Solutions, or you can head to kvht.com and watch and listen live. St. Mary's with the basketball. They trail 3. Both teams looking for a berth into the state championship game tomorrow night. Maverick LeBrun has it. Into the corner it goes. Beckman up top to Tremere Hansen. Hansen bounce pass in to Kopsis. Kopsis, mid-range jumper, back iron it goes. Maverick LeBrun, the offensive rebound. His shot denied! Put down by Owen Niederbaumer. Owen Niederbaumer with arguably the biggest defensive play of the game. Threw it down, but Maverick LeBrun got his hand on that. Fight for the basketball. Whistle blows, timeout now called by Coach Warwick of the Cougars. That's going to be a full timeout. Gage, this game is absolutely madness right now.
You know, and just thinking about the block, we have it on replay right now, and wow, what a play by the Cougars to keep the lead, just keep possession. That was a big offensive rebound by the Cardinals, and they needed a stop. They're only up by 3. They needed a stop to keep this lead. There's only a minute left in the game. They need to keep as much momentum as they can, and I think that block just did it.
Oh, and Niederbaumer with maybe the play of the game. I love that we got the replay. Just swatted that thing back down into the floor. If there was a swat deserving of a Dikembe Mutombo, no. That was it right there.
Oh, Zach, you're such a nerd. I love it.
What can I say? I love my NBA too. Although I did mess up Mutombo's name. Inbound gets in Viborg-Hurley. Down low, they get it to Niederbaumer. Lost the basketball. Last touch by St. Mary's, though, out of bounds. Viborg-Hurley to inbound it here. Niederbaumer, he's got the height. You wonder if he just lob it up to Nick Hansen. They do get it into Nick Hansen, not off a lob, as Austin kicks it out. Brady Schroedermeyer, under a minute to play. Cougars lead by 3 with the basketball. Brady Schroedermeyer has it. Jake Austin down low. Nick Hansen, no good! That one went halfway in and did not go down. Trevin Beckman, the defensive rebound. He's got the basketball. He brings it. Corner, 3, the tie. No! Jake Austin, the rebound. Now St. Mary's will have to foul. Jake Austin gets fouled hard. 33 seconds to play. If that shot fell, the crowd would have went wild. Maverick LeBrun will pick up his third, personal team's third. Viborg-Hurley to inbound it. They have to keep inbounding it well. They get it in. Nick Hansen gets fouled. Maverick LeBrun will pick up foul number 4. Both personal and team foul number 4. The next foul will send Viborg-Hurley to the free throw line. Rafe Gedderts will inbound it. You've got to say, who's our best shooter? Who do we want at the free throw line? We'll see what Viborg-Hurley tries here. They lob it up ahead to Nick Hansen, the safe bet, and then immediate to Brady Schroedermeyer. No foul. I got to wonder, with how long they would take it, I'm surprised St. Mary's didn't try to force a 10-second violation. Either way, headed to the free throw line are the Cougars after the foul. Trevin Beckman picks up his 4th personal. At the free throw line, Rafe Gedderts.
This is the guy you really wanted to put at the line. He's shooting 50% coming into the state tournament.
First one, no good. It stays a 1-possession game. A miss keeps it a 1-possession game. A make makes it a 2-possession game. Rafe Gedderts, the biggest free throw of his career up to this point. The crowd going nuts as Gedderts does go 1 for 2. He stays on par with his 50%. 4 points the difference. Trevin Beckman swings it up top. Kopsis over to Tremere Hansen. He drives it. It's stolen away. Nick Hansen with the big steal. That might have been the icing on the cake here tonight. Nick Hansen headed to the free throw line and a foul on St. Mary's. Foul goes against Tremere Hansen, his 2nd personal. Nick Hansen at the free throw line. He's got 18, can get up to 20 points. He's played incredible tonight, makes the first. The crowd erupts for Viborg-Hurley. They're sensing a state championship appearance. The next one, also good. Hansen's up to 20 points. 55-49, and a steal! The Cougars steal the basketball. Jake Austin with it. He gets fouled by Jake Kopsis. The crowd is almost as loud as we are, as we're directly into the mics here, Gage. Austin headed to the free throw line, and I think they called. Wow, that's huge. An intentional foul to give 2 free throws to the Cougars and the basketball. Austin sinks it. That will do it. It's a 7-point difference. 13 seconds to play. Cougars will be headed to the state championship game. No good on the second. It's still a 3-possession game. We'll see if St. Mary's fouls or not.
Yeah, they pretty much just need to get inbound here to seal the deal here in Aberdeen and play tomorrow night for that first place trophy.
And the crowd is absolutely just taking off as no foul here. As trying for the steal here, Trevin Beckman. He will end up with it with 2 seconds to play as he'll get no shot off. The Viborg-Hurley Cougars are headed to the state championship tomorrow night. They'll take on the Castlewood Warriors, and we have the honor of getting to call that game. Gage, is this going to be your first state championship game you're going to be a part of?
Yeah, it is. I'm actually really excited. I mean, we're probably going to get home at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning.
I was going to say 1 in the morning's generous.
But, you know, it doesn't matter. I'm all for it. It's going to be packed in here tomorrow night. I'm overexcited right now, almost shaking.
It's going to be so exciting as the Viborg-Hurley Cougars here have made it to the state championship game. They win with the final score 56-49 as they're headed to take on Castlewood. As the teams will meet at center court, all on a knee. St. Mary's, it's been a great season. You're headed to the third place game to take on Wessington Springs. This is technically now the second upset we've had in this bracket. But if you paid attention to Class B, you don't feel like Viborg-Hurley winning any game is much of an upset.
No, they're number 1 in the media polls for a reason. They're a really good team. As we've seen tonight, Nick Hansen doing his part that you've seen all year if you've been following this Cougar team. Just one more game. Who will lift the trophy is the question. Viborg or Castlewood?
And I've got a big old grin on my face. I'm excited. Luckily, I've been a part of a couple of state championship games. And I'll tell you one thing, though. They never get old. It doesn't matter how many you've been to. Luckily, I was with the Yankton Bucks when they won a couple years back. The Centerville girls when they won, not this year, but last year they won it. The Viborg-Hurley girls when they had Coral Mason. I got to be a part of that. But the excitement is still there. A state championship game tomorrow night as we await the final stats. But I do want to thank for the final time of the night our sponsors in South Dakota Public Broadcasting for allowing us to be here. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit sdpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcast live on SDPB television. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. Our sponsors include in this game Wardlaw, Yankton Thrive, Merchant State Bank, Helena Ag Enterprises, Dakota Ace Hardware, Ackerman Heating and Cooling, Farmers Lumber Company, Janelle Pearson, Next Home, Tri-State Realty, and Hometown Grocery. We just got our final stats. We'll start with St. Mary's. For Tremere Hansen, he ends with 7 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists, and 3 steals. Trevin Beckman did it all, 25 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. That is one heck of a player that St. Mary's has on their side. Jake Kopsis in this game ends with 7 points, 6 rebounds, 7 points and 5 rebounds for Maverick LeBrun. He also gets 1 assist, 2 steals. He ends with 4 blocks. Lincoln LeBrun in this one, 3 points, 2 rebounds. We also saw Walker Warwick. Again, Walker Warwick, the son of Viborg-Hurley head coach Shane Warwick. And then Jackson Baumberger also got in for St. Mary's, got 1 rebound. Your stats for the championship-bound Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Nolan Koltoff in this one had 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Brady Schroedermeyer, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. Owen Niederbaumer had 11 points, 6 rebounds, an assist. A huge swat and the only rejection of the game for Viborg-Hurley, 2 steals. Nick Hansen did put out an all-state performance with 20 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Rafe Gedderts in this one had 3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 assists. Braden Morrison, 9 points off of 3 threes he made, along with an assist. We also saw Brenner Gertis in this one with 1 rebound, 7 points for Jake Austin, 3 rebounds and a steal. He did his thing. And we also did see Brock Fredrickson for just a moment. He got 1 minute and 7 seconds of playtime, did not record a stat. We've got 2 great games lined up for tomorrow, Gage. Tomorrow for the Consolation Championship, we've got technically 2 championships we're covering. The Consolation Championship we'll be covering as it's the Freeman Flyers against the Wall Eagles. That game will tip off at 1:45. We'll be live sometime around 1:25, I would say, on Classic Hits 106.3, Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube, and kvht.com. And then tomorrow night, the big one, the state championship game. It will be played between Castlewood and Viborg-Hurley. Tip-off is set for 7:45. Don't be shocked if this game doesn't tip off until near 8 o'clock. But we'll be live about 15 minutes before what's set to be tip-off, probably around 7:30. That'll also be on Classic Hits 106.3, Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube, and kvht.com. Viborg-Hurley Cougars, what a massive win for them tonight, 56-49 over the St. Mary's Cardinals. Gage, any final thoughts on the game, what you saw, and what you are looking forward to most tomorrow?
You know, I only have one thing to say about this Viborg-Hurley team. They shot 40% behind the arc and 48% from the field. Those are some pretty good numbers if you ask me. If you're making 1 out of every 2 shots, you're going to win. You're going to score a lot of points, and that's what they did tonight. They won in dominant fashion after that first quarter, and, man, I'm excited to see what they can do tomorrow.
Very exciting. As a great game it will be tomorrow. It's a state championship, of course. Like I said, I know we've been saying over and over how it's been great game, great game, great game. It's a state championship. If you don't think that's a good game, well, then you probably don't think anything is going to be a good game. Again, 7:45 for the tip-off on that one. 1:45 on the tip-off coming up for the Consolation Championship. We'll have both games on Classic Hits 106.3. Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube, and kvht.com will get you back to your regular programming on Classic Hits 106.3, and for the final time on kvht.com and Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube. I'm Zach Spear alongside Gage Ravellette. We'll chat with you tomorrow with more state basketball.